Hello everybody, welcome to Rituparna Creates. Thank you so much for clicking on that video and joining me here. If you are enjoying my content, please do subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up. You can also follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of fun pictures about books, some reviews, some stationery, some food and a lot of other good stuff. So February is my favorite month of the year and I am so happy. It's my birthday month and if you want to send me something, don't hesitate. Go ahead and send me anything, everything. I am open to accepting gifts. Yeah, on a serious note, I hope you and your family are safe, healthy and happy. Now coming to this video, you have already read the title, so you know that we are going to be talking about what I read in January. So January was a good month reading wise. I got to read 5 books and I'll take you through all of them and then we'll just discuss and talk about it. Did you read any books in Jan? If you did, drop them down in the comments. Let's chat. Let's discuss what books you read and it will be fun. So the first book that I read, I don't know if you can count it in the January reads, it was Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. Now Fredrik Backman is also the writer of A Man Called Ove and I got this book because I really liked his writing in the previous book that I read, A Man Called Ove, and then I realized that they have also made a Netflix or some series about it online as well. I have not watched that. So I started this book towards the end of December 29th, 30th, something like that, and by 2nd or 3rd of Jan I was done. I completed it. This is the hardcover version that I have and it has some 336 pages or so. I will link all of these books that I'm talking about today in the description box. If you want to check them out, you can do that. Now coming to Anxious People, this was a very nice book. I really enjoyed it a lot. If you have not read Fredrik Backman, then you should. A Man Called Ove and Anxious People both. I would highly recommend both of them. This book was about a bank robbery and how that turns into a hostage situation and then how all the people who are there as hostages, how everybody's life is connected to each other, and it's really warm, it's really nice, it's thought-provoking. It's a very nice book. It's about relationships, father and son, about humanity and kindness and so many other things, and it's as the story progresses you really see how all of the characters are really like linked with each other in some way, and it's beautiful. If you start, you cannot put it down. I had actually got this book in I think 2021 or 2020 I think, and then what happened was I read it and then halfway through I left it and I was like, okay, let's pick it up because I have heard so many good things about it. Something to do on New Year's, right? And I picked it up and I just couldn't put it down. Such beautiful writing. It's Fredrik Backman writes about humans and human relationships in such a beautiful way. A Man Called Ove had those similar feelings that I got reading this book. So yeah, definitely check it out. If I had to rate this book, I'd rate it a 9 out of 10. I really loved it. The next book that I read was Marian Keyes' The Break. So I was not aware of Marian Keyes. I think once I was just surfing Amazon's book section and there I saw another one of her books, The Grown Ups, which I'm going to get this year. But then I don't know why I ended up buying The Break, and Marian Keyes has written a lot of books. This book is quite big. I don't know if you can see or how much of it you can see. This is some 600 some pages. But it's again very nicely written, very beautiful. It's about relationships, a husband and wife's relationship, and you know how they one day the husband comes and says that, you know, I can't do it anymore and I want to go away and let's take a break, and the husband goes off to Southeast Asia, traveling through and you know, going through different cities and meeting new people, and his wife is left behind, and it's really it's a story about, you know, family, about mother and daughter, and all the complicated relationships in the world. Also speaks about some like really good issues in it, about fame, and it's really nice. It's very beautifully written. All the it's focusing on this family only, the husband, wife, and their children, and a little bit about their lives. I really liked it, and I'm going to read more of her books in the future, and I'll of course share all of that with you guys as well. I would again rate this an 8 out of 10. Next book that I read was Chitra Banerjee Devakurni's The Last Queen. Now, I had not read Chitra Banerjee's any of her books until last year when I read The Forest of Enchantments. I know I don't know how I did not read any of her writings for so long, because The Palace of Illusions, I'm yet to read that, by the way. It's on my to be read list for this year, and it released so many years back, and I have actually met Chitra Banerjee Devakurni and Divakurni, sorry. I have actually met her, I have actually seen her. So in 2019, me and my husband, we usually like to travel for our wedding anniversary, which is in Jan, and we went to the Jaipur Literature Festival in 2019, and she was actually there for one of the sessions, and I did not realize at that time that she was Chitra Banerjee, and some girls and some people were taking her autograph. They were like so happy and excited, and I was like, man, this will be some like, you know, big time author. And then like when she passed by and the girls were all like speaking in their group to each other that, oh, can you believe we met Chitra Banerjee Devakurni, and I was like, oh, I was not aware of her, any of her. I was aware, but I had not read any of her books by that time. Anyway, big story I'm telling you guys. So coming to this book is again a hardcover book. It has some 350 pages to it. Such beautifully written. I love The Forest of Enchantments, which I read last year, and so I knew that I had to get this book. This released last year, I think, and it's very, I don't know, it's very embarrassing to say that I had never heard of Rani G, on whose story this book is basically, Rani Jindan, on whose story this book is based. And it's, I don't know, it's very embarrassing. We should be aware of our own history, right? And for someone as famous as she was. I have heard bits and bits here and there, and especially when we like go and travel and you go to all these historical places, especially you hear all about the Rajas and all of those things. So somewhere, somehow, some tidbits we have heard and about her and her husband Maharaja Ranjit, but I did not know her story, and this was so surprising to me. So it is about how the British came into India, about how they strategized against us. It's also covers so much of the freedom struggle that our country went through, and it's absolutely enlightening. As I said, it's really embarrassing that I had not heard of her. We should be aware of our history, we should be aware of you know, all of those things, but thankfully, thanks to writers like her, like William Dalrymple, who writes so much exhaustively about India's history, even after coming out of graduating from school and all of that, there's still an opportunity. If you don't want to read like the actual history books, which can get a little bit monotonous or, you know, long and all of that, such books are a treat. Her writing is like a movie. It's like a movie scene after scene, the wars, the struggle, the determination of this woman. And this is an actual painting, by the way, and she was some in her 50s or 60s in that time. So it's amazing. It's mind-boggling, and a 10 on 10. Highly recommend. Do go and check this book out. The next book that I read was recommended to me by a friend when we were visiting a bookshop, and that is Ruskin Bond's autobiography, The Lone Fox Dancing. And the strange part is that I did not even know that Ruskin Bond had come out with his autobiography. Such a delight to read Ruskin Bond's writing. I very much enjoyed it. The focus is more on his childhood and his growing up years and his years of struggle when he struggles to get get work and to get published, like as a big time author. Also again covers so much about the India before partition, before independence, about Anglo-Indians and people settled here before them, and such good insight on his family and all of that, and the beautiful hills of Shimla, Mussoorie, Dehradun, all of that. It's very nice, gives you so much such a beautiful insight and perspective of a writer's life. What it does not really cover in a lot of details is that, like, post his success, his fame, how that came to him. It talks about it, like eventually how the big publishing houses start noticing him and his work, and they get turned into even like movies and cinemas and series and so on and so forth. But then if you compare it in the whole book, his childhood and his struggling years covers a larger part of the book, and the lesser part is then after he starts achieving all of the fame and all of that, and his family, which comes in later on. But still, very beautiful, such an enjoyable book, and it's Ruskin Bond's writing. You can't go wrong with it ever. The last book that I have read in this month is Alpen Roy's The Non-Serious Guide to Bengali Food, and I have also done a reading vlog on this. I'll link it here for you. Do go check it out. It's a very small read, some 100 odd pages. It's like, if you have not checked him out, he is on Instagram. He draws comics from the name The Bong Sense. You can check him out, and absolutely delightful. Talks about Bengali food and the stories and anecdotes, and it really, if you are a Bengali, Probashi Bengali, it really transports you back to all the memories that you may have with your mother and father of winter and biryani and all stories, how it came to India, how Bengalis adopted to this whole biryani and the sweet culture and all of that we have, the adda and everything. It covers everything. It's in a comic kind of a way. So there are comics and then there is the writing. That's how it is. So yeah, wonderful book. All of these are on Amazon. Again, I will leave the links down below. If you are looking to buy any of these books, be sure to check them out in the description box. The one book that I was reading, and I have a few more pages to go, is The Psychology of Money. I'm really liking it. So when I picked up this book, I knew it was going to be a challenge, and it is, because there are only some 20 chapters in it. It's a small book, but it has taken me more than a month now to complete. But yes, it talks about, as the name says, the psychology of money spending, our cultures and habits, and how we see money and wealth and all of that. There is of course some financial things in it as well. That is towards the later half of the book, in the chapters that I am currently reading. But yes, must read for everybody out there. Would highly recommend. I'll probably finish this book, and you will see this in the February reads once again. And with that, guys, we have come to an end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you like the video, give this a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and comment down below on what books have you read in the first month of the year. And I will see you again next time. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye.